You feel
Travel
like you're
day.
going to be found pantsless?
Like Tiger on Sundays?
Game day. I wear my Tiger Reds.
Wow.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the House of Hallowell. Today we are doing From Fear to Eternity. It aired February 10th, 1999. The episode description is, every 1,300 years, a unique demon appears that feeds on the fears of witches. This time, it's targeting the Halliwell sisters, and they receive aid from their Wicca mother just as they are close to their own fearful deaths.
Ugh. What a
Sounds
concept.
ominous.
I realized this episode that the girls couldn't even agree on how to say Halliwell.
That's
or
true.
Halliwell. Halliwell?
Halliwell.
That's what Phoebe
yeah.
says.
It says
And
Halliwell.
then
I say Halliwell.
Prue says Halliwell.
Hallowell.
Alyssa says Halliwell.
Hallie.
Hallie.
It's a
I think-
debate.
I actually think
Still.
it is Halliwell.
Halliwell?
Halliwell. I don't know.
Soft eye?
Hey, how about Billy Drago? I think
How
this
about
first and foremost,
Billy?
this whole episode, this is kind of a tribute to his genius. I was watching him kind of do his thing. I so wish he was with us.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many questions, but you could tell he was having the most fun.
The time
Right.
of his life.
Literally. And I wanted to know, was any of that, what was that in the script? All his choices from raising his hands
Oh, no,
to
that's all him.
smelling,
Yeah,
this idea of
that's all
kind of
him.
being able to see their fear in his hand. It was so specific and so authentic, and it felt so lived in.
You got to
I mean,
embrace it. That's
yeah,
him. And elevate. That's also him. I'm really I not to start on a negative note, but did he have to come out of the pothole? Couldn't we have given him a grander entrance?
I thought it was kind of cool. It
No.
was a purple smoke thing.
No.
And then just
that guy could just round a corner. He had just walked in and
Yeah,
he
that
would have
actually
been
would have
just
been really
fine.
cool.
He
That would
just
have been super
stands
sick.
there
You
and
just
looking at
the
you.
Miata drives off, camera pans
Miata.
left. It's maybe the Miata drives off. That motivates
We get no
our
help from
camera
no one.
move. Then we pick up. They make a left-hand turn, and then when Billy's walking around the corner, just kind of whistling and
Yeah.
almost skipping. You're right. That's better. All right,
See?
charmed producers, we have notes.
I have so many notes.
Let's go reshoot that scene.
Mm-hmm. So many
But
notes.
what an entrance overall. His choices, again, all the little subtle things that he chose to do, whether it was sniffing the air,
Yep.
just the constant arms open. The dude was having the best time.
Yep. Send me all the Billies. Give me the Billy Wirth, the Billy Drago, the Billy Zane. Give me all the Billies. It's
Yeah.
just all we need.
Well, and I think the reason why he, more than anything, time and time again, when people talk about their favorite demons, he always comes up. And I think
Yeah.
it's because he had a fully, his character was fully fleshed out, That's what it felt lived in. So therefore we were able to connect with it more because he felt grounded, even though his choices were big, right?
Well, he does come back. We
he
didn't
does
kill
come
him
back.
for a
Choices
while.
are big, but he's so simple in what he does as an actor.
Yeah.
He's standing there. It's not pushed. Just him standing there without dialogue is terrifying.
Yeah.
And that's just a guy who's sitting inside and he is the character. He is. And he's not searching for it or pushing. And it really makes it, I thought it
Better.
was fitting. Episode
Makes it
13,
better.
Friday the 13th, it's kind of scary.
Yep.
I have some interesting statistics about Friday the 13th for y'all.
Oh, do you?
Well, first of all, the white hair fright thing, that is in fact a myth. I actually looked that up because I was
Really?
is that
I
Is that a
feel like it's happening pretty good to me right now.
are you scared up there?
I think it's a stress thing, but
Yeah, it might be a
basically
stress
it's
thing.
same.
People,
Same.
I think you're right. It's stress and
It's a-
imbalance and nutrients, and you all of a sudden deplete yourself.
Stress.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like
Fear
if you look at any
of
presidents of the
failure.
United States, like the day they get in office versus the day they leave in office, it's like it's
Night and
an
day.
episode out of Charm for sure.
It is.
But yeah, it actually is a myth. What else? Oh, there was a couple like Friday the 13th statistics. So that you were saying your character said statistics show more bad things happen on Friday the 13th. That's actually also not true.
Oh.
But
is it a full
interestingly
moon
enough,
thing?
like have you ever
It's a full
noticed in any
moon.
of the buildings that you go in, there is no 13th floor?
Some
still a thing.
Some
like to be nutty about it and like just insist upon it. But I mean, 12 is 13 or what? No. Yeah. No. 14
No, it goes
is
12,
13.
14. And then sometimes on airplanes too, there's not a 13th row. It's such a weird thing that has been kind of universally accepted globally as like, oh, 13's this bad number.
Poor Piper. That's all
What?
I gotta say. This is hashtag Poor Piper episode.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when Leo's away, Piper will play.
Play. Piper was operating out of a lot of fear on this episode. A lot of fear. But this actually, do either of you guys have any like fears or superstitions that you kind of like that something happens? For example, for me, like every time, I don't know why this happens, but like if I spill salt, I'll instantly shake some out and throw it. And it's like I don't even think about it. It just goes, oh yeah, here.
I do that one.
Do you?
Yeah.
But what does
Also,
that mean?
Black cats. I was on I did Walker, Texas Ranger, and it's not Wilford Brimley, but the guy who looked like him on Walker. He was like, he's like, oh, you know, I got the fix for black cat. You ever see a black cat? I don't care if you're driving, you step out of that car, you take 3 steps back and you spin around 3 times and then you're good to go. And I'm like, why did you just tell me that? I'm going to do that the rest of my life. I don't care where I'm walking. You will see me stop, step back 3, spin 3, and just go on with my day.
Jesus, I have 2 black cats. Like, it's just not a thing.
What are your cats' names?
And actually, you know what? This is a terribly funny and appropriate story. So I had a cat. I went to go adopt a kitten for this cat to have. I believe that like every animal should have a companion animal that speaks their language. So I never have like a singular animal. So I was going and I brought Finley, who's now 18, but at the time he was much younger. And he saw these 2 black cats and it happened to be Friday the 13th. So not joking. And he said, well, Mom, you can't take the kitten. You have to take these 2 older cats because nobody's going to take them. And I still have the cats, and he's moved on with his life. But it was Friday the 13th, and I have the black cats, and it's just all the things. So
what are your cats'
I'm just
names?
Screwed, essentially.
What are your cats' names?
They came with names, so I can't take credit, nor do I want to. But one's name is Velvet, and the other one was Tokyo. I don't know why. I don't make the rules. Okay.
That's a great handle, by the way, Velvet Tokyo.
Hey
guys, Velvet
you just have to go with it.
gmail.com. That might be the new official Hallowell podcast.
When you adopt an animal, like it's super hard to change their name, even though you want to.
Well, cats don't really come to their name, do they?
No, not really.
No,
I mean, basically,
you could call a cat anything, and they're just gonna like either they choose to come to you or not.
Right. I mean, basically, we call one Mao and one Mau Mau because the other one's like twice the size.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure. I like Tokyo Velvet much better.
It was better than Fat Cat and Skinny Cat.
Oh, I can't believe you still have those cats.
I do.
Wait, so that you didn't answer the question though. Do you do any like superstition, like go through a yellow light and like kiss and tap the visor or anything like that?
What? No.
I have a friend who does that every time.
Dude, 2 hands on the wheel.
Are you really a 10 and 2?
Well, if you're worried about going through a yellow light that you're going to like kiss something, like, I don't know, keep your hands on the wheel.
On the wheel.
Jesus.
Okay.
I mean, maybe the problem isn't the yellow light. Maybe it's the one hand on the, response time. Duh.
Sure. Okay.
I have different superstitions. Like, when you play baseball, you don't step on the first base line when you run off the field. There's things I think in sport that I do. I keep my pencils and tees and balls all in the same pocket when I play golf. When I travel, I have I have a whole routine. If I used to be terrified of flying, I used to get off flights.
Dude, me too.
Santa.
Have we ever talked about this?
Go to sleep.
No way.
Brian is the last man on the plane. This much I can guarantee you. Last man on the plane.
But by the way, I think they do everything backwards. I mean, we're going on such a
tangent,
wild tangent, but
okay.
Why do you board the plane front to back?
I don't know.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Anyway, so there's a whole tradition that I have now that I not getting drunk on a plane and falling asleep.
That's a tradition.
Yeah, it is. It used to be. But the underwear has a certain color. There's a certain songs I play. I go through I have a whole
What
ritual.
do you mean?
Dude,
no. You're going to have to detail this more so for me
what
since
color
it's
is
so
your underwear?
detailed.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be all, but it has to have some red in it, and I don't know why.
What? What
so
night is
Leo
red
for?
for?
Leo wears underwear?
Is it
red
Friday
underwear
night?
on the plane?
Is it Saturday night? Is it you're going to church underwear? Like,
if they find a piece of my body, they'll know it's me from the wreckage.
Oh my God, that's so not a thing unless your mom labels your underwear.
I don't know where it started.
BK.
I do a whole thing. I kiss, I tap the plane, I listen to a certain song every time it takes off.
My mind is fucking blown right now. I do this. I don't wear red underwear. I only have this one. There's only one thing that I do every time I get on a plane. Like one foot crosses the threshold and I kiss and I tap it 3 times.
Oh my God.
Like 1, 2, 3, and then I'm fine. And then when I get off, I just left hand kiss, tap
Left?
it as in like
both sides.
Yeah, make sure reward, thank the plane for getting you there.
God, I can't fly with you guys anymore.
Wait a second.
So embarrassing.
We've flown through such gnarly storms. Remember that one time we were flying to Paris and it was just the most violent turbulence pretty much for hours. I sit next to Holly for that one.
If you think you sat on my armrest.
Did Friday the 13th?
No, but do you remember the flight back from New Orleans when we all had we were doing a con there and basically they flew all the guests back on this one flight.
Con Air. It's when you get too many of us together, just the odds go up that something's going down.
Welling.
Like 12 celebrities and
Welling was behind me.
It's like, am I going to be like an after mention? Like
Superman was behind me.
Oh, are you still talking about the plane going down?
And then
no, I just remember the one dude who wasn't part of our group who was so angry.
And also this guy
who
was
so
angry.
Okay, so red underwear, you tap. What's the song you listen to?
What's the song?
It's called. No, I don't want to give that away. I don't want to.
What?
But you gave away your red underwear? Now, by the way, you know what's going to happen when people see you? They're going to flash you their underwear going, hey.
They're going to be like, hey, is it a red day or
you wearing red?
Tighty whitey day?
I'll wear those things dirty if I can't wash them on a trip.
Oh my God.
Look out.
Bro, no.
You want to frisk me at security? Let's go.
Oh my God. Now I really want to know what the song is.
Is this where we end the episode now?
No, Jesus. That would fly me away. Yeah. Okay. But and now we continue.
But wait a second.
I'm
you
so
still
distracted.
Haven't revealed anything, Holly. You still have not told us a single one of yours.
I don't have any superstitions. Obviously, I live with black cats that I bought on Friday the 13th. Adopted.
Okay. There's a ladder. You're doing construction.
I go right through it.
You'll go right through it.
Purposely.
You'll walk that thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't.
I do.
No?
I don't care.
No way.
See, that makes no sense. You tap a plane, but you walk under the ladder?
Listen.
You got to pick one side or the other.
What? I like tapping the plane.
You do the salt, but not the ladder. You're all over the map.
I know. It's inconsistent. Well, that's what fear is irrational, right?
Okay.
That is the actual definition.
So you fear salt, but you don't fear a ladder falling on you.
How can a ladder fall on you if it's like
it depends on the ladder.
Being supported.
It's not the ladder.
It's the person that put up the ladder.
So long of bad luck. It's like breaking a mirror, right? It's like the salt.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
No, that's fine.
No, we had a mirror break like in wardrobe fittings very early on. Yeah, okay. I mean, we had all the things.
So fear. This is all stupid. BK, don't wear red anymore on the plane.
Why?
Is
Just
it
because
on the
it's
plane?
yeah,
So
he
it's
does it
not
on-
a day of the week thing. It's on the plane.
He wears red on the plane. That's what he was saying.
So
Travel day.
you feel
Travel
like you're
day.
gonna
game day.
like be found pantsless?
Like Tiger on Sundays.
Game day. I wear my
Day.
tiger reds.
Wow. It's just
Game day. I wear this necklace.
You think you know a person, but then you just really don't.
I mean,
Really
look
know
what we're
anybody.
doing right now. We're
Drinking
learning about
10
each other 20 years deep.
Jack and Cokes and doing Xanax and freaking get kicked off a plane. So
That sounds
That
like a
happened,
Saturday
like,
night.
one
that
time.
underwear, I'm doing it.
Wow. Okay, so I'm doing a hard pivot left.
Okay, hard.
Anywho.
Who boned Lucas Devane in real life?
Not me. Not me.
Okay.
Hashtag not me.
Hashtag not you.
Are you so excited you get so much airbag Andy in this?
Well,
Let's
also,
talk about how the episode started with Tangela, Kimberly Cates, who I thought was fantastic. That first
She's
scene with
super
her
creepy, right?
was so she really set the tone of like, hey, you're in this shop. I couldn't tell if she was good or bad or what. And
super creepy.
then she later showed her real fear. I thought for a small scene or a couple little scenes, she kind of helped set the tone.
She
think
did.
she was great.
She had impact. Like
Yeah.
I
She did have
said.
impact. Wasn't she one of the the medieval babes from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
I don't know.
Yeah, she is.
Was, right?
Okay.
She was. I was just asking to the group so you can
Make a note of it.
if we were doing an improv thing,
Uh-huh.
you just killed it by going no.
No.
It's like yes and. That's the never mind.
No.
Okay. Keep going.
No.
So what else
No.
happened? Oh, we're in the shop. Let's stay there for a second. Phoebe buys
Okay.
a rock, literally
Uh-huh.
a stone,
Uh-huh.
and the woman gives her like the world's largest plastic bag. I have a problem with that.
It's a
Literally,
night.
yeah. Here's the biggest plastic bag in the history of the world for your little rock.
The prop department was not on their game that day.
Negative. They were not.
Scotty
No.
was like, "You want
Small
what?"
brown paper bag.
Or
You
how
never
about no
know.
bag? Just put it in your pocket.
In your
box.
pocket.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
you know
buying it to
what?
give you good
See,
luck. So
and
we're going
this
to put it
is
in the world's
why-
largest plastic bag.
They hated making me a producer because no, you would get like a little velvet pouch. So I would stop everything and go, "Where's the velvet pouch, Scotty? Go get one." Jesus,
It's true.
Jeff,
Velvet
go
pouches.
get one.
I love a velvet pouch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
don't
come on
own
now.
any, but you know,
Mm.
it's great.
True story.
All right, what else? What else happened? I decided that Andy might be the worst detective ever.
Well, here's the thing. At least in this
the episode where I'm
episode,
like, that's it. I'm drawing the line. Like, it's Occam's razor, my guy. Just it is. She is a witch, and he is constant. Even Daryl was up on it. Like Daryl knows what's up, and fucking Andy is just
airbag
he's a
Andy.
terrible detective.
He, at least in this episode, like he sort of like cracked a smile. I feel like the director, who was Les Sheldon, by the way, who was one of our like on-set producers, that Shannon had a really good relationship with, and so she's kind of warmer in this episode, and Andy's kind of warmer, so he's not so annoying. Like half the time, you're like, are they flirting or what are they doing? But at least it was interesting to watch that they went to another level of awkwardness.
Totally. But also for the record, I was like when they flashed he was wearing like Chucks with a suit, which is now a thing. It has
Now a
become
thing.
like that is a fashion thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And then I was like, oh shit, nice. Andy rocking Chucks with the suit. And then fucking Prue comes in later and goes, the only mistake are those shoes. And I was
Heard
like,
that shit.
whoa.
Nobody should ever wear those.
Yeah, I was like, that's just not cool.
I enjoyed that moment.
Did you?
I did.
The other thing with Andy is, didn't he say there were 5 murders and then there was a 6th? And he said
He
there's
don't know.
still 5 murders. Like
He doesn't know. He's the
his
worst
math is
detective
bad,
ever.
too.
I'm telling you, he's a
He
terrible
should be
detective.
fired.
He's a terrible detective. Like Prue's name is on the fucking. Also, Prue, she's like, I called 911 and I left. Well, you wrote your name in the like guest log. Of course, they're going to know you were there.
Oh yeah, there is that. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe there wasn't a guest log.
And it was her credit card at the end.
Well,
I mean, at the beginning. their
The
credit.
credit
Like,
card, phone
yeah,
call.
Andy, my guy,
Don't you
again,
bring her in for
Occam's razor.
questioning?
Occam's razor.
You know what I mean? Aren't you making her come down to the office?
All the time. All the time. Do we have anything else about Andy and Daryl and Prue? I'm just so disgusted with like bad detective work.
Well, this is where I'd love to
Truly.
have TW on and ask him what, where did the producers,
We won't come on.
you know what I mean? Like,
I've destroyed him.
He's
just
very
what was
busy.
the mindset for, what did they tell him about a storyline going forward? Was he still trying to create this relationship? Is he trying to do
Nobody knew. I
moonlighting?
totally have like a side guy in this episode because we're like, I don't know about the angel thing. And then in the next episode, which I will talk to you about later.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
don't
so
jump.
many
Don't
Phoebe
jump, 'cause
Leo
there's a lot of
scenes
gold there.
happening.
We gotta
I
unpack
mean, the foreshadowing is 4.
Yeah,
Can we
you
just
were all
talk?
in.
Why is Lucas Devane wearing a mock turtleneck? What was the obsession with turtlenecks on your fucking show? And I say your show. I have no part of this. I'm just
Okay,
disgusted.
because you should probably not say that because literally we're going to get a message that says, in this episode, Drew wore a turtleneck. You never
I swear,
know.
there's no way I wore a turtleneck on that show.
You also swore you've never been in the basement and that you don't know what a dark lighter is. So
Okay, I've been
clearly
dunked on by the public after some of those statements. The people are dunking on me. Like, what are you talking about? You were a dark lighter.
Oh my
Like, what?
God. You know nothing of yourself.
I
You've
know.
blocked out a decade of your
I literally
career.
have. I have blocked that whole decade out. Okay, so
But-
wait, before we move on to Phoebe's choker,
Yeah.
hashtag tell me you're in the 90s without telling me you're in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Prue drowning in the shower.
Yeah. See, only Billy Drago can look menacing in a mostly pink bathroom. I mean, there wasn't a shadow to be had. Like, I mean,
Hey,
this
can
whole
you-
episode, by the way, this is where production started to bug me. And I can tell in a couple of the scenes in the restaurant that I was already getting sick. Like I would get pneumonia year round for the first 8 years. But literally everything was shot in the daytime except that first scene. Everything was daytime. It's really hard to be scary in the daytime.
Right.
But Billy can do it in a pink bathroom.
No, question. Do you, just going back to Billy for a second, do you remember anything specific about working with him in that first, because he came back multiple times, but was there anything that stood out in the...
He's super into what he does. He's very enthusiastic and he'll have no problem coming on set and totally creeping everybody out, just lurking around.
Lurking.
Yeah.
Did you remember any specific conversations or did you know that this was going to be a reoccurring character?
No, this
Okay.
is what I mean. Like, we have no idea what we're doing at this point. Is she dating this guy? Is she dating this guy? This was like the unlucky
Who's
in love.
boning who?
Who's boning who? This is like the unlucky in love Piper strategy that starts to happen for a little while. Because Leo's got to go to his other family, clearly.
BK, you weren't on this. You weren't in this app, but was
No.
there? Did you worked with Billy at some point? Didn't you? He came back quite a bit, right? I remember meeting him
Later on.
Right.
I know. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I had a scene with him or not, but seeing him after he knew who I was, and so that was I was like, oh, we must have done a scene together.
God, I remember when I don't remember the episode he was in that I was in, but I do remember meeting him on set, and I looked at him, and he that face,
Mm-hmm.
that face, and that voice, and those
Mhm.
teeth.
Yeah.
And we just sat and talked, and I found him to be genuinely kind of a joyful person.
He is. Totally.
Which is this is another thing, in acting, I find the darkest people in real life are usually the comedians. The
Mhm.
big, happy, over the top comedians in movies are genuinely kind of much more dark and tortured in real life. And the people who play bad guys on television shows and movies genuinely are actually really happy, kind of fun, laughy people. Jovial.
Yeah. I mean, Robert Englund's the same way, and he was Freddy. It was super scary. And he's just a terribly nice man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's true.
Played a really nice character on Charmed. You don't want to see my dark side.
Oh, boy.
See? So the opposite could be true. All these guys that seem like really nice.
Like really happy and nice are actually just kind of tortured.
Super dark and twisted.
Hey, look at BK and his dark mustache.
Super dark and twisted out dark. On the golf course.
Yeah.
Okay. We could go that. Okay.
Do we want to talk about real fast about Phoebe's kind of moral conundrum and her quick storyline plot point there?
See, that didn't track for me.
Okay,
that didn't track for me because all we talk about is how Phoebe is like sleeping around and flirty and floozy. And then she's like suddenly has a moral majority moment. So this is where I see like, we definitely got some notes from spelling because there's always the message of the week on a very special after school special. Spelling was very into this next couple of episodes. You can see where they're like, but there has to be a message. There has to be a good message. And only the bad guys wear trench coats. And
true.
Or Andy.
I did like that scene, though. It was a nice scene between the husband and her.
Yes.
It was well written, and he played it well, and so did she. And it was a really nice moment.
Right.
Character-wise, it's where she draws the line. I can
respect that. I think there's obviously a moral there. Like, I mean, she's like, everyone has their thing, right? Like, there's certain things that we all like kind of allow to transpire, happen, and then there's certain things like, nope, that's where I draw the line. We all have, like, everyone's line is different.
Sure.
I'm not gonna lie for you to your husband is her line.
Yeah. Which was a weird line to have, but also that woman didn't have to like put it on her, just said, hey, if my husband calls, I'm, showing a house. Like, she didn't have to like try to flex with the dude she's boning. I wonder if they boned in real life.
Probably.
Charmed was just like really a matchmaking machine. It was the original Raya.
Kind of. But we'll talk more about that in the next episode.
Come at me. Charmed was the original Raya. Fuck yeah. That makes me really happy.
Brian's like, I'm leaving.
Hey, Dale,
I'm leaving this conversation.
Well, I know, but my son washes his clothes with this, kind of hippie soap, and it's sandalwood.
Oh.
Jamie, I love you, but man, that smell to me I can't breathe. So
interesting.
Yeah, it does smell clean, but man, it burns my eyes. And
okay, so it wasn't you in the attic; it was the mom.
Part of it, being born in '69, I come out of that whole. Yeah, I'm allergic to that shit now.
Okay.
So don't wash your red underwear in that. No.
And sandalwood. Don't do it.
Sure.
Good to know.
Now, there were two other kind of big takeaways for me. One, this kind of clearly established for me that Prue was inarguably, I should say, the most powerful sister. Can we agree on this?
Do we have to?
Well, I mean, like, let's establish a hierarchy here.
No.
Prue was the most powerful sister.
Well, what's power? I mean, power with powers.
I think powers. I think her powers, like, she clearly had, like, for example, you can spoil this for me. Did you ever get visions of your mom? Or did Phoebe? Like, she has this connection to your mom.
That's just the genetic lottery of being the oldest. It means nothing.
Sounds like a classic middle sister.
It means nothing. I mean, please. Like, it's
she
just
also
timing
had
is everything.
Her power was pretty strong. Strong power. She's communicating with her mom.
If you were playing Dungeons and Dragons, which do you want?
Me.
Prue.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
Phoebe
not to spoil this for
sure.
you, but you do realize that I come to blow things up, right? And okay.
But that's your power. See, you have a good point, Holly, because if I could freeze everything, I have other players that go in and go to be able to freeze is actually, you're like, everybody put on the brakes.
Oh, that's true.
The freezing is checking his wallet was a little extreme. I'll give you that. And definitely not personal gain because she didn't gain anything from it.
Well, you can't use your powers for personal gain. That's the whole point.
No, but imagine that. You could like freeze somebody and check their phone and just like get all the hubbub out of the way.
Right, because no one has a lock on their phone. Well, but usually it's 8888 or 0000. It's true. What's your phone password? What's your phone password? 1969?
Mine? No.
If you ever find Brian's phone, it's either 8888 0000 or 1969.
No.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
No. Good luck.
Really? What's your phone password?
Mine?
Yeah.
It's my thumb.
Oh, well.
I'm not telling you my phone password.
I was. He's a heavy sleeper. Just kidding. I don't know that. You're probably not.
How would you know?
I just said. How would I know?
The tea.
Probably
what
not.
Do we got? This is what we want. We've been waiting for this.
No, this is the next episode. We'll
get there. How does Scott still have a job in your fucking restaurant?
I love being able to see Scott again.
For those of you who don't get the reference, his name isn't Scott, nor is his character name Scott. He reminded me of this character in 90210 Season 1, Brian Austin Green's best friend, Scott.
Yes. It's Doug. Isn't it Doug?
That's such an esoteric deep cut that doesn't make any fucking sense, but it makes me smile every time. I'm like, God, Scott, what is he doing there?
God, why are you still employed?
I don't understand.
Remember, I asked quite a few episodes ago if he would come back.
Well,
that's true. You did.
It was nice to see a familiar face.
Okay, well, last thing I got for both of you is visions, dreams, spirit guides. Does that resonate with either of you?
Sure. I mean, I think your dreams are just your brain trying to process, what happened that day or years ago, or it's super strange. Like some of my dreams, I will make up an entirely like new world, new city, it's weird. Like things you've never seen before, been before, people you've never seen before. It's kind of scary.
Okay.
I also have another weird thing that I do. I wake up with a new song in my head every day.
Really?
Really?
Every day.
What was the song today?
Not Your Business.
Mm.
If Brian tells me, if Brian tells me his song, I'll tell you mine.
Okay, guys, this is a good trade. What's your song, BK? Start.
Oh, it's on me.
He's not gonna give it up.
It's a song.
He's not gonna give it up.
Won't tell it doesn't hold. I won't fly with it again. And
because it holds no mystery.
It's personal, and that's how I'm gonna leave it.
Oh my God. So I'm so going to find out.
Hey,
I'm so sitting behind you on the
Holly,
next flight.
You're like BK's song is sacred and it's the same song. Yours is a new song every day. So what was your song yesterday?
It is. No.
What was this? Are you guys, what the fuck is wrong
Tit
with
for
you
tat.
guys? Just like, what are we doing here?
Quid pro quo.
What are we doing here? We're here to share.
I just don't understand why if you tell me your song that it's ruined. Whoa!
I'm so upset.
Yeah. I don't even want, like, if my headphones get popped out while I'm on the plane and all of a sudden starts playing from my phone, I'll be like, oh.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but I got to burst that bubble. It's so sitting behind you.
From, Justin Timberlake.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie. It's definitely not that.
BK, how about you? Any visions or dreams, spirit guides? Like, has that ever happened with you? Have you ever been able to communicate with someone in your dreams and or feel like you've had a vision in a moment of like need or like an existential crisis or like just pure happiness?
I've had a dream of a friend that passed away and I literally woke up laughing because she was so funny. and she passed away from cancer a few years ago. And she was literally like one of the funniest people that I've known. And I had a dream that I was like hanging out with her. I mean, we were like the super inappropriate people that would like bust out laughing at a funeral because she was just so funny. And I woke up from this dream literally laughing out loud in my bed.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
I've always had, my dreams have always been significant. I think when I was a child, my earliest memories, I've had different moments in my life where I feel like I've talked to, I don't know, a God, or a God has talked to me. But oftentimes I know my dreams are because of how I'm living my life and the stresses and my thoughts. But yeah, I've had some significant moments a couple of different times where I feel like I've talked to somebody or heard voices from my grandfather. For one, I was in Fiji on the Blue Lagoon, and one of the last days that I had walked off and everybody was over there filming, and I had like an hour out in this field and coconut groves, and I was sitting there looking at the ocean, and it was kind of one of these moments. And man, I swear my grandfather had a full conversation with me about life and going forward. And, I don't even know. So there's been a couple times like that where I feel like I've, heard something or been in a moment and, a dream or an alter thing. And I don't know if it's through meditation or where I'm at in my life, but perhaps that's just me searching for a voice in my head. I know since people have passed, my mother, for one of my best friends years ago, the same year, actually, we always tend to hear what they said to us after they pass. Now I listen to you. Now I get it. You always hear those reminders, do this, do that. You shouldn't. And I don't know if that's kind of the same thing. I would say that moment with my grandfather's kind of hearing his voice, but it wasn't about something that he had said before. It was kind of like right now in this moment, like it was moving, and it's helped change the trajectory of my life, being an actor, being a father, being a person, listening to whatever that is. So I don't know. I feel affected and touched, and maybe I should go see a psychiatrist. I don't know.
Are you hearing voices when you're awake?
When what?
Never a bad idea to go see a psychiatrist. Never a bad idea.
Interesting. I do identify with this episode and the whole idea of
your deepest fear,
the deepest thoughts, and how those things that we put attention to, we manifest into reality. And I think that's where the idea of, Friday the 13th has more, accidents than any. And it's the idea that, well, then because people are manifesting this in their life.
Or focusing on it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or expecting the idea of, it's law of attraction, really. It's like, it's Friday the 13th, something bad is going to happen. And then like you stub your toe or you lose your keys or some shit happens and you're like, I knew it. Right. And you're kind of putting that negative energy out there. Boom. Right.
I'm going down the slide and the plane like,
Oh my God.
Geez,
oh my God.
Is it safe to say that flying would still be your biggest fear?
No. I love it now. Put me in the window seat and let's go. I ride both hands up, take the seatbelt off.
Fuck it.
We're going.
So what is the biggest fear now?
I don't know.
You're not giving that up either. Okay, so I have an actor friend that literally will not tell anybody like his biggest fear because he thinks that everybody's going to go and like do it or torture him with it. But I can tell you, I do have a fear of heights. That's just like some strange genetic thing. My sons have it too.
What I never like what?
It's
how does it manifest?
It's just an uncomfortable feeling. Like it's just not natural for humans to be that high.
I started
do you get sweaty palms or anything like that?
I started getting jiggly legs, like
like a weird feeling. Yeah. But no, I don't sweat, Drew. Like,
no,
not
palm
gonna
sweat.
like.
No, you're
No.
listen, you're a lady. You've never sweat in your life. She always smells incredible too. Everyone.
No.
Yeah. Yes, she
Depends
does.
on what
At least
color
that's what
the
I
underwear
remember.
is.
I haven't seen you in
apparently.
forever.
That's not true.
When was the last time I saw you in person?
I don't know.
Years.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's
No,
been
you came over
fucking
to the
years.
house during COVID.
Since before
Yes.
COVID.
No. You guys came masked to the house for.
Oh, yeah. Little pizza party.
Yeah.
And was it an Oscar thing? Do we have an Oscar party?
There was an Oscar thing, but it was something else.
Like Karasma was there, etc.
It was a moving party.
It was a housewarming.
No, it wasn't a housewarming because this was the other house.
I know. That's the thing.
Okay, so heights for you, and that's it?
Heights.
And it just makes you wiggly, jiggly, wiggly?
And
snakes. Do you have anything else?
I'm vehemently opposed to snakes. I am like Indiana Jones level, no snakes.
Okay. Snakes and
Zero.
heights. BK?
Yeah.
Spiders. I hate them, but
Interesting.
No irrational fear. No.
Anything more like, let's say, metaphysical? Like, these are like obviously tangible things. Like, ooh, that's a snake. I don't like it. I want to get away from it. But like actual genuine fear.
You know what? I do have the only reoccurring dream I've ever had was being buried alive type things, and like frozen in fear, like truly.
Oh, you're now frozen. Let's see what burying alive, what they say about that.
We don't have to.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's probably one of my only
recurring ones that are not.
Okay, so.
Oh no. What? I don't like that reaction whatsoever.
Okay, I mean, I just went to thepleasantdream.com. This is the first thing that came up. So, dream of being buried alive denotes that you are feeling stuck at something, not giving you the freedom to do what you like.
Well, welcome to my world.
Yeah, exactly. But it gets really detailed. Being buried alive in the snow, justice with everyone.
No snow.
Brother being buried alive, look back at an event. Sister being buried alive, renewal of a relationship.
Just me.
Buried alive in mud, you need to be gaining clarity. Dead person burying you, non-repayment of debts.
No.
Jeez, this is kind of morbid. Okay.
I know.
Well, do you guys have anything else you want to add about From Fear to Eternity?
Dream Sorcerer episode, but
I know. Why didn't we talk about the dreams during the Dream Sorcerer episode? We're just,
Well, no, because this was. This was more of a spirit guide. We took it in the direction of dreams, but for me, because Phoebe had this moment when, in her greatest fear, someone came to her, your mother or her mother, and was able to, or your mom.
It wasn't our mom. Like, you can tell they wouldn't even shoot her because we didn't have a mom yet and we didn't know what she would look like. But this mom looked nothing like Finola.
Right. Definitely did not look like Finola.
So now we've had 2 dads and 2 moms, and people wonder why we're screwed up.
But this idea of like a spirit guide kind of empowering her and helping her get over something, or inspiring her to push through and fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was how we got on this tangent. But you're right, we could have probably talked about this during Dream Sorcerer, but we were too busy shitting on the episode.
See, this is a good episode, so I don't have a lot of complaints because Billy just makes the whole episode. And it's a tangible fear. It's a tangible, relatable message, so it doesn't irk me as much as Dream Sorcerer did.
So let's wrap this bad boy up. What do we got rating wise? Where do we put it in the
8.
Charmed canon, season 1? You give it an 8?
I give it an 8.
Great. BK?
8. I was thinking because of Billy and
Yeah.
the storyline, and how everyone really acting all around from guest stars all the way through was solid. And I love some of the camera
Solid.
angles and the lighting and the special effect, the shower, the thing. I'm pushing towards a 9, and maybe it's an 8.5, but 8.5, 9 for this one for sure. I enjoyed it. I would watch it again.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's easier because I wasn't in it.
Oh, just you
We're gonna
wait.
get there. Just
Just you wait.
I'm gonna put it up there in the top 3 episodes so far this season. So it's still Dead Man
Wow.
Dating for me.
Thank you.
The bad guy was like Billy was so good.
Yeah.
And it made it so enjoyable because it's like, oh, the stakes were everything was raised, everything was heightened. And so therefore for me it felt like I like this, the subplot of there was a couple like B and C storylines, but I definitely know people who have a hard time saying I love you. We've talked about this. Holly and I talked about this week actually. There's a type of person that really just for whatever reason has a hard time saying that, and I like that this was addressed in this episode as well. I love Billy as a character. I was into it. I was really into it.
And there was
So
a
I
lot of
get-
Andy for you, so
A
you're happy.
lot of what for me?
Andy.
I love a lot of Andy. You know that.
Just barging through doors.
T-Dub, come on the show, please. I
He's
promise
busy.
I will be kind. It's not you, it's Andy.
It's not you, it's Andy.
Quarter in of the house, by the way. Like that was like, we're going. We heard a scream.
Yeah, they kicked it in like 3, 2, 1, go.
And they ran up the stairs and knew she was in the bathroom. I guess that's a little part I have.
He's
There's no
been in the
running
house
house
before.
searching, like, where are you?
They've slept together.
He knew she was in that
Have
bathroom.
He knows where the bathroom
Have they
is.
slept together? Oh, they
He's
did. They
used the
slept together.
upstairs bathroom before.
Hey, by the way, I forgot no, I'll save it for the next episode.
Uh-huh. All right, fine.
Where's your fucking
right.
cat? Where's the cat? You guys have a cat?
Hey,
Where the fuck is the cat? You
and
don't even
it's not a
acknowledge
black
the cat
cat either.
You're the
What's
worst
wrong with us?
animal owners in San Francisco.
Dale probably left the back door open.
Dale probably took
Cat's
the cat
big.
with him.
Cat
Probably.
is in the basement.
It's his
Kit, there
familiar.
is no basement. We don't even know
There
there's
is
a
a
basement yet.
basement.
You're jumping. By the way, we've jumped.
Sorry.
As of today, there's no basement in your house. Okay, well, that does it for the House of Hallowell. Thank you all so much for checking out our podcasts. If you like what you're hearing, you can subscribe. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Google, Amazon, all the places, all the things.
And
if you wanna
send
check out-
Brian new red underwear.
Yes. Also, check out patreon.com/HOH for bonus content like watch parties, video.
Brian's
be
red
doing
underwear.
Brian's
Don't check now.
That, by the way, merch. Let's do red underwear.
Oh my God. We're doing
BK's
BK's
flight
red.
underwear.
And just in case
Yeah.
you
Fly
ever
with
need to be
BK.
identified by
And
your
hey,
underwear.
Yeah, we'll put your name. We'll put BK like right at the front, and like everyone
Marky
who
Mark.
wants- What?
Sure.
Like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch and Calvin Klein. Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
It's like-
And don't touch my pea stick. Don't ever touch Holly's pea
Don't.
stick.